Gavin, Rossdale, thank you very much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to chat to you. Now, as I said, we've got some fan questions for you that the punters have sent in. First of all, though, I want to know personally, we'll take you a little way back, what's your first musical memory?
My first musical memory? Probably like my aunt used to live with us in my house, and well, my mum used to play a lot of music, mainly like Motown stuff, and Queen. She loved Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, and when my aunt used to live in the house with us, she was dating a musician, so he had a record, and I remember her bringing it home and being intrigued that someone made his record.
Yeah, a good start
Yeah.
there. And a cool mum by the sound of things.
Yeah.
Now, the first CD my dad bought me was 16 Stone, and my mum gave it, it was a Christmas day, I remember opening it, and I thought, God, my dad's cool. And then my mum gave me Savage Garden. Not quite so good.
Right.
Do you remember the first tape, album, CD that you ever bought?
Well, I was really lucky because I lived up the road, just in fact where we are now, we're in Gavin, in London, and I grew up in a place called Swiss Cottage, which is just up the street, I don't know if you know it, and it's the other side of Primrose Hill, and there was a record shop up the top of my street, so every week when I get my pocket money for, you know, I could go up there and I'd buy a single a week. So I used to go up there and I'd get pretty good pointers and advice from them, what was good, and that was kind of, it was all the time when I liked stuff that I liked was because I had an older sister who had all the punk friends, so I liked getting punk songs.
Excuse me, were you born in Kilburn?
I was born, well, Swiss Cottage.
Swiss Cottage.
Which is Kilburn, West Hampstead.
Okay, I'm from Kilburn as well, just
Yeah, I mean,
the last time, so same area.
Yeah.
What was it like back then? I mean, it's not exactly ages ago, but growing up as a child in London in the music scene, I guess you're a little bit...
Well, you know, the music scene is weird because where I grew up, and like I lived in Swiss Cottage, which is West Hampstead, which is next to Kilburn, but all my friends I grew up with, you know, they weren't interested in music at all. And music was a sort of a secret, almost a secret. You know, they thought that David Bowie was too weird, and they were all like what you'd call casuals, you know, football fans. I mean, it's all like sort of, it was all the kind of designer stuff. It's all like, you know, like football fans basically. And so my music that I loved was a bit of it was seen as a bit of as a sign that I was weird and different to them. And all the stuff that they liked was the soul, you know, funk music and, you know, that kind of thing. And but so that's, what was the question?
I was just asking what was it like, but you've answered it anyway. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was talking, I was like, this has stopped being an answer, it's turned into
a story.
Speech, an anecdote.
I understand, because
it is funny. And then when I played like the Kilburn National, all my friends that came down sort of, hey, we're talking about Kilburn, and you know, because we used to go up on the high street. Those were the first pubs I used to go to, which would be like 13, 14 years old, and going to pubs, reading mulligans, going to cocktail, and I just be full of Irish women fighting.
Still is.
Oh yeah, they're still fighting. It's probably the same one.
Probably.
And you know, someone at the bar getting smashed with a drink, and the Guinness be flying everywhere, and I'll be sort of playing Space Invaders and sipping a beer.
Now Casey wants to know. She says, what we've gathered from this, wanderlust is a trip. This is meaning the meaning of wanderlust. A need to understand one's very existence. It starts with the step of a long journey. She's asked what inspired you to do this album, kind of how does that relate to the title?
How does it relate to the journey of one?
Yeah, the meaning of wanderlust.
Right. Well, wanderlust really is I mean, I love the idea that, what's her name? Casey. Like, she's a conspiracy theorist, I like that, I respect her. And she probably knows better than I do. For me, because it does start with that. I never thought about it maybe meaning the journey, the record starts the journey, but of course it does. So Wanderlust is just because I haven't had a record out for a minute, and it was just about desire to go back out and play again, and desire to you know, travel, not like travel being interested people, but just travel and play. I like doing shows, and it's so weird now because they make it gets harder and harder to bring records out. Like you used to be able to do it, or you should be able to do it when you bring out a record out a year. Everyone should do that. You write 12, 15 songs in a year, and you bring them out and tour them. And for certain reasons, it's got a little harder. And so the kind of threshold, the bar's being raised. You got to keep making more music, more songs delivered than the same record. So it's just maybe my frustration and desire to get out playing and do this show.
Good explanation. Lauren wants to know, what have you learned from becoming a father, and how do you incorporate those ideas into your musical career? Tough job.
Yeah, what I learned? Well, it's reinforced. What have I learned? I mean, you've got to learn to be considerate. You learn that you cease to be the centre of your universe, and you become. It's a really good lesson in humility and appreciation, because you have to be humble about yourself because you become irrelevant, and you appreciate the magic of someone else. But in terms of inspiring me, I just, I wanted that. I just want to be able to, when my son hears my records at a later life, he's not like that. He's proud of them. How proud of me, and he likes them. So it's not like a direct inspiration. I don't write any songs about him or something like that. But you want him to be good. He can hear he understands my voice. Like he hears my voice and knows it's me. He can figure it out.
Well, you can tell actually from the lyrics. I know you write all your own lyrics, that there's nothing in there about your son as such, or Gwen or anyone. It's all quite, I think, from quite deep inside and stuff about life as it is now. Sally wants to know. She says, in the Wanderlust thank you notes, you mentioned aeroplanes, accidents, perfect moments, delays, detours, surprises, and extreme weather. The accident bit sounds particularly interesting. Can you enlighten us on that one?
Well, there's just, if you look at Man Ray, his career is built on accidents, right? And he talked about that. There's all those weird photographic things that would happen. So it's more sort of collisions of people, consequences of events, and the way that, it's not, there have been a few accidents, literal involving blood, but not that many, more like wipeouts. But it's more figurative really than extremely literal. I just was trying to get people to, first of all I wanted to thank the people I thanked on there. I didn't want to say just thank yous, I wanted to sort of write something about that, because I always done just like thank yous and everyone that I've mentioned, in whatever way has been a real inspiration. Like some people just in a small way, but I like when people do things for you, or you have a conversation with someone, you connect with someone in some way without them realising that they made you feel better about what you're doing, about how your day is going, how your month is going. They do something, and I was trying to get for people to understand that I've been working my way back towards them all the time. Sometimes I think I should have been on a beach in Thailand for half the time. That would have been fine, but instead I was working my way back.